Hello, welcome to Inner Alchemist Tarot for a general reading for all zodiac signs for November 12th through the 19th. So, as we come into the space and connect to each other, let us all take a good deep breath into our heart space. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for these messages that are about to come through. You're always looking out from our eyes and guiding us and co-creating this beautiful dream we manifested, and continue to expand this place as we continue to walk in beauty. And I hope your week is going well. We're going to draw some call messages. They're the magnifying glass in which we oversee the reading before I draw the tarot cards. See what we're looking at for the energies. All these decks have been pre-cut and shuffled with your energies, but I'm just going to be warming up the cards here a little bit. Thank you for joining this space. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and allowing it to grow as it helps others to find the videos too. And then claim the reading however you do that. If it's silently, with your own inner connection. Again, these are just confirmations in which you already are familiar with. You already know. They just give you confirmation, the cards do. So thank you for liking the video as well. That helps others find the videos. We start out with the Forest Temple, Enlightenment. And that's number 19. It's an auspicious number that reduces to 10, which then reduces to the number 1. So 19, 10, and 1 could be numbers for you this week. Earth Spirit, Stability. Number 14, and that reduces to the number 5. So 14 and 5. Okay, so if you look at these cards, we have Enlightenment here, and again, it's the Forest Temple. So this individual right here, her heart chakra is glowing, and it looks like she's got a little halo around her head, which is like a crown. We would say a tie that goes around the head for a hairpiece or whatever, but it's, you know, it's there for a reason, and it looks like it's made of gold too. She's got the green dress. Green is the heart chakra frequencies. She's in the forest, and then there's a temple right here, and there's light coming out the door. She also holds a cup in her hand, so her cup is, you know, it's ready to be filled. Or it's full. To me, it seems as though it's full, because her heart is lit up there. So what is happening here is this beam of light comes from above, and all the beings and the sparkles and everything is sending all of these frequencies to her space. And she seems like she's content, close to her temple. Enlightenment, either you are in the moment or you're not. So it's not something that you arrive to. If you did, you wouldn't be here. So your experience is here in the physical is for a reason. Enlightenment comes and goes, but bringing the light in, filling your cup first before you go ahead and fill others. Here's the symbol of the sun right here. And there's a lot to this temple. So we're going to continue on here and see what we have for the other cards. We have Earth Spirit, Stability. And it's funny because it's 1 and 4 is 14, but it breaks down to 5 in numerology, which breaks down the resting period of the resting, and then it goes off into 6 in numerology, which is stability. 5 is when things become unstable. So this is important to actually see this here too, because between the 4 and the 6 is the 5, and it breaks things down. It could mean conflict too, right? But the 5 is the change. It's more like it. Change can be overwhelming, and it's good to have the stability after change happens. So for grounding, she's sitting down here, this forest nymph. And again, here's the green color. Her hair is green. She's wearing green. You know, there's a lot of green going on with the swans over here. And we have lighted lanterns up on the trees. We have the butterflies flying around. So the earth spirit and anything of the earth is grounding for stability, to ground you this coming week. We are in the new moon energy tomorrow of Scorpio. Okay, so that's a lot to do with death, rebirth, transition, transmutation, anything that has to do with the breakdown, and then off into a new cycle. So Scorpio energy right now is offering that, as it's in the sun sign as well, so it's in both with the new moon. And then during this week's reading too, towards the end, we're moving towards closer to the Sagittarius energies as we get closer to the end of the year. So let us see what this deck here is, Shamanic Medicine. Let's see what the cards have to say for this. Journey, imagination. So again, with the Enlightenment card, your cup full first, and the imagination is the higher mind. So this coming from the higher frequencies here, coming down into the forest floor towards that temple there, is the non-physical, the higher frequencies coming and merging with the earth realm. And as you journey and use your imagination, which is, again, merging with your higher mind's knowing, that wisdom, the owl medicine, in a sense, of knowing that you know that you know that you know without your brain. But it's more with the higher mind, which we consider is the imagination. But for so long, humans thought the imagination is you're conjuring something up. You're actually receiving thoughts from your higher mind instead of actually conjuring them through your brain. So it's the other way around. Shamanic journey is something that happens when a shaman goes to the spirit world knowingly and kind of walks between the worlds with the body very present here as journeying into the spirit world to retrieve information, wellness for the individual, healing, expansion, I'd like to say, more than anything, and that you are going deep within the realms, not only of the earthly realms, but unlimited amounts of dimensions that you can journey to. And there's no there is no rules to staying within boundaries when you're in the spirit world, but to go in a way that you feel good and that you're guided and guarded with guardian spirits, that your familiars, we like to call it, and to journey into your higher mind with enlightenment here. And again, these energies are coming through for the coming week. Okay, we have four-legged endurance, and they were saying too, the guardians that the shaman has are the four-leggeds, right? The guardian spirits, the earth realm spirits, the lower world, middle world. Then you have the angelic world, which is the higher frequency angelics, the angels, the archangels, anything of the higher frequencies. Also guardians that help with your journey, and your imagination is really going to be on high this week. And endurance here with stability. So that non-grounding that was happening, and it continues to happen, is important to have that stability during that time. And so we have the four-legged, we have the wolf in the center here, and then we have the lion here, jaguar, we have the antlered elk there, I want to say, right? And then we have goat, and we have a horse, and we have buffalo. So we have the four-leggeds coming in, enduring for the energy of endurance coming through, or you're grounding with that stability card. Let's look a little further into more of the overseer cards before they draw some tarot cards. There's a lot going on right now. Again, we're in the middle of November, and as I was saying, if you watch the other videos, is that the month of November is a big growth. It's huge. It's a growth opportunity for all of humanity. We're moving through a paradigm shift, which has not occurred ever. We've never walked this path. Humans haven't done this. So everyone's being affected, no matter where you are with your, knowing, and where you are with consciousness and understanding of what's happening. So, but November continues to be a big growth month. There's a lot going on in the world, and a lot of it has very little to do with you. Yes, we're all connected, but sometimes when we take on things that don't make us feel good, it can get us sick. It can get us feeling worn out and tired. And so we have the energies coming through of the four-leggeds assisting us as we use our imagination, journey with the higher minds, and accepting the light to come in at this time and become stable and grounded as these energies continue and frequencies continue to pass through us and uplift us. So again, we are compassionate and understanding to the ills of the world. We know it's taking place, but to actually move your energy and taking on that doesn't do you any good, and it doesn't do everybody else any good. It seems to be that way at times. We have mantra coming through, and with mantra, this is an interesting, because we have the word safe. If you can see this, you might not be able to, but the beads here, safe, I am seen, I am smart, I am loved, I am beautiful, I am free. So on her beads, and everyone, it has all these different expanding, uplifting, and positive sayings in which she's focusing on, because we are a creature that we have a lot of thoughts, and thoughts can mesmerize us to think more of those same thoughts. For some reason, we just think things that don't make us feel good. So mantra is here in this card. Whether you use mantras or not, there's no right or wrong with that. To move your thoughts into a different direction, because you can't change them if you've been thinking a certain way. But what you can do is, as you can see in her, she's in meditation mode right here, and in gratitude, great appreciation, thankfulness, and not so giving in to her thoughts that aren't serving her. So as we were talking about it just a little bit ago, about taking on the ills of the world, which doesn't serve you and the world, it helps to uplift and enlighten your being, and it raises your frequency. So that's what the good thing about the mantra is, and that energy is coming in here. Again, as a reminder for you, for us. And we have Gaia. And while this card could speak for itself, especially when we have stability, we have the wood nymph right here grounding on she's a fairy grounding onto the forest floor, gaining stability with all this beautiful scenery around her. Next to the tree, there's a tree there, there's a tree here. Notice this. There's trees right here. This is the forest temple. And we have the four-leggeds too, who are grounding us. It's the lower world that can be considered in shamanism, grounding us. And Gaia as well is coming into the energy to give us this week. And as you can see, this person right here, she's naked, she's vulnerable, she's in water, it looks like here, grounding herself. And we got the tree here, and it looks like it acts as like antlers, kind of like the antler here, which connects, as above so below, and also acts as antennas, so that you're gaining more information from your higher mind, from the spirits, from Creator, from God, from however you work with that, perceive it to be. So it looks like she's got a flower here that she's holding both in her hands. Could be the lotus, which is a symbol of humanity. And see the winds like blowing around her and up and over. And so they have the big mountains, and the mountains are behind, and the stars are here. But Gaia is here, and the energy coming through. Notice her hair is purple, and that's also the color of the third eye chakra. So thank you, Spirit, for these cards. Let's draw a few tarot cards, and we'll finish up with some animal spirit cards. Okay, Spirit, what do we have for this reading? What cards want to come in for this week? Yes, there's a lot going on, and I know we're all connected, and we can sense and feel these things as the world starts changing and really stepping up the plate. Some of these frequencies that come on, some of it really kind of brings up a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety and sensations in the body that doesn't feel very good. So we have the Three of Cups here. Okay, so what is the Three of Cups, Spirit? And the Three of Cups, if you look at the Three of Cups, there's three people there, three women, who are in joy at sharing each other on, and they're in celebration. And we have four here, the Four of Swords coming in to complement this Three of Cups. And they're in celebration here. They're cheering on their cups, and the cups are feelings, emotions, the water signs of Pisces and Cancer and Scorpio, which we're in right now, Scorpio. And they're in celebration time with others, hanging out with people who are supporting you at this time for this week. We also have the Four of Swords, which is a resting time. If you notice, this person is laying down and taking a rest, and the card that is the predecessor to this is the Three of Swords, which is the heartbreak. And so after the heartbreak, or something that's been really getting to you, we're talking about anxiety, fear, anything that could be going on in your personal life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a worldly matter. But again, there's a lot going on in the world right now that it could easily get to your heart. It could be something as well, on top of it, something personal. But he's taking his rest in this card. He's taking his rest. He's connecting to his dream space and receiving information that way, which is, again, through the higher mind contacting you. Journey can happen in a way. You don't need to listen to a repetitive rhythm like a buffalo drum or take plant medicines to get you there. You could easily go through a meditation of listening to your own heartbeat or your breath, and listening to some soft music or frequencies, right? And that brings the light, and that enlightens you for the moment. And again, changing how you're focusing on what thoughts that don't serve you, either through mantras, I'm safe, I'm loved, I am seen, any of the things that are, again, on that card. What works for you. You don't have to say mantras this week. It's just that energy is coming through saying, you know what, when you go deep within yourself and get quiet, it's amazing, the enlightenment, the light that's there, and the information that's there to give you, to help you out, to bring you to the celebration time. And that's what the Three of Cups is coming in saying, is that maybe it's time to go out and celebrate with somebody, or just to hang out with somebody, or a couple of people, maybe people from the past. The card that is a predecessor to the Three of Cups is the Two of Cups, which is the union of two people, or a relationship, or a business partnership, or something coming through, having to do with partnerships and relationships. But perhaps with relationships, it could be your own yourself, the me, myself, and I, mind, body, and spirit, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. There's three is a big number in many religions and spiritualities, and it's a symbol of spirituality, of the self, of more of the one person, singular, but there's at least three of you, that mind, body, spirit connection, and getting your rest after some heartache that had been going on. That's why it's bringing on these energies right now. Spirit, what other messages do we have for this Gaia, the four-legged endurance, and the earth spirit stability? What is this? So I sense that this week is a real prime week for meditation, to really use this week to go in and connect. Because the kingdom is within, and we know this. The kingdom is within. We have the Nine of Wands, something that you had been guarding against. Again, putting up your guard, allowing that heartache to get to you, whatever it is. The wills of the world is something, and or something personal that's been going on in your life. And he's like standing guard before he moves on. 8, 9s, and 10s, it's this Nine of Wands in spirit, in numerology, is completion. So just taking that one final look back and see how he's looking this way. Okay, so guarding yourself, guarding your heart, but you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that because we have Gaia coming in as this gentle energy, grounding the situation. What is this Nine of Wands? The Nine of Wands is always a card to me of protection, of protecting, looking one last final, stance, taking one last final stance to guard your energies from something that had been making you feel anxious. And the Six of Cups is like a nostalgia card. And the Six of Cups coming in here, having to do with relationships of the past, maybe looking at how far you've come in this life, has to do with, again, the Three of Cups could be, for some of you, the me, myself, and I, and then seeing how far you've come. Nostalgia card, maybe someone coming back from the past this week, and then standing your guard against what you know to be true, your convictions. Okay. Because you have the Three of Cups here, and then you have the Six of Cups here. Let us get a clarifier card for this Six of Cups. I'm kind of curious. So, nostalgia, so either you're going back to your past, looking back at this week. Again, we got the new moon in Scorpio. It has a lot to do with death and dying. That's a lot of cards, Spirit. I don't know if I want to take all those. I think I want to, because they did come out. So, it has a lot to do with transformation. Scorpio energies is the death card, which just came out. Hold on a second. And my major arcana of the tarot deck, death and dying, rebirth, transition, transmutation. So we have the death card that comes in. So if we're looking at these cards here, we have standing guard to your conviction, staying true, standing guard against something. Take what you need, leave the rest. It may not be for all of you. We have that nostalgia card coming in, looking back at the past. Maybe someone's coming to a visit from the past, speaking your truth. We have the Queen of Swords. Then we have the Chariot card. This is moving off to success. The Chariot comes in. It's a fast-moving card. It's also a Cancerian card, too. Perhaps someone that's Cancer that you know, or you are. And we have the Death card, the Scorpio card, which we're in right now. Sun in Scorpio, new moon in Scorpio. Death and rebirth. Nothing ever ends. It just changes shape and form, transitions on to the next. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles coming in right here. And even though the Knight of Pentacles is a slower moving energy, nonetheless, it's still going and reaping the benefits. He's holding the coin in his hand. So it has to do with money, career, finances, stuff like that. We could get a clarifier card for this Knight of Pentacles, but there is a fast-moving energy towards this new way in which you are existing, especially this grounded stability energy, and you have Gaia and the Four-Legged supporting you, supporting us for this week. What is this Knight of Pentacles, Spirit? Okay, 2 cards here. We have a big Tower moment, and then we have the Emperor card, and the Emperor card is leading. You're taking charge. So it is a slower moving energy. Nonetheless, it's successful because the Knight may be slow. It's Virgo energy too. Maybe slow, but it's grounded and eventually is reaping the benefits from the Pentacles that are coming. Money, support, any which way you want to, take that for yourself in your own personal circumstance. Fast shift. It's going fast. We've got the Chariot and the Tower card coming in this week, so something quickly is going to change in how you lead your life. And it really has all to do with coming back to this mantra card, how you look at your mind, how you're thinking, what you're letting in, what you're not letting in, what makes you feel good, what doesn't make you feel good. Listening to the higher mind, the imagination we call, receiving information, receiving the light in, has everything to do with that. That is how you're going to lead your life going forward. And it's, I'd say baby steps. You take it as it comes, and everyone does this differently. So let us take this and let's get a animal spirit card. It's coming in for this reading, Spirit. Even though we have, for that four-legged card, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different animals in there that I'm seeing that are protecting you at this time. Coming in as the medicine. But what do we see what this deck has to say? Let's see what this deck has to say for us. Animal spirit wants to come in. We have the starfish spirit. Open to infinite possibilities. And that does tie in to this enlightenment card right here. And the journey and the imagination, which is endless. There's no limits. It's limitless in what you can receive as far as wisdom from your higher self, from the spirit world who's there for the expansion. Remember when we start out with these readings? Thank you, Spirit. You're always looking out from our eyes and guiding us and co-creating this dream manifested as we continue to expand this place. It's limitless. And this is where we're going. Okay, so starfish medicine is coming in here for this week to help assist you. And look at the number 5. Again, we had the 5 for the stability. So it's change is all that is. And it's a big change. It's a fast change. We get the Chariot and the Tower card. And the Death card is reminding us that there is no such thing as death. And there's always rebirth after. There's always the sun comes out after the rainstorm. And the Emperor energy, he's the King of Kings. The Emperor is, has a beautiful empire that's very much established and leading with that, with confidence, success, grounding energy. It's also Taurus energy too. So maybe a Taurus or dealing with a Taurus, but really has everything to do with taking control of your own life and listening to the messages from Spirit, always co-creating, guiding us during the shift. The biggest shift we've ever faced, as far as anybody understands it to be and what I know it to be, that we've ever done in this form, in this existence. So thank you for coming into this space. Thank you for your endurance during this life too, and everything that you are doing for the expansion of all of creation, because essentially that's what we're doing as humans here. We are creation from the spirit world to expand creation, and we're doing a bang-up job. I appreciate you, and thank you for coming in again to these readings, and then sharing it with others if you choose to do so, subscribing and liking the channel to help others find the videos. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for these messages, and you're very loved. And love, yes. Many blessings on your journey this week.